So as you probably figured out by now, my normal videos are on Saturdays. So if I do something on a Wednesday, it's just a little by the way thing, just a small little, hey, I got this little thing I wanted to just point out real quick. I'll call it Marcus Mini Bits. It'll be on Wednesdays if I have the time. And the main videos will still be on Saturdays. So that's it. Anyway, so today's little thing on the side is I got this little camera here, which I'm going to give away, obviously. This is such a weird camera. I got it because I just had to play with it. It was so weird. This is the camera, and this is what it records onto. And it's got a little screen on here. There's a cord attaching it. When I first saw this, my mind started imagining uses for it that it was not intended for. Apparently, what this thing was originally intended for is like the stupidest intention. It's supposed to be an action camera. It's supposed to come with a headband that you attach this thing to your head with, and then this part attaches to your arm, and there's this cord between it. And I'm thinking that is like so stupid. I mean, of course, we have GoPros, which is just a tiny little thing you just stick to your head. But this thing has a cord, and I'm thinking like, okay, this cord can, if you're like skiing through the trees or something, that cord can get caught on a branch, or like it's dangerous having this cord in here. So this, anyway, so for me, this is the stupidest idea for an action cam, but I had these other ideas for it too. Like it's a probe. This thing is like you could probe into areas where a camera wouldn't normally fit. Like I could imagine, like if you want to see what's inside of a wall, this thing, you just put it inside of a wall and see what's in there. Or let's say you're working on a car and you want to see what's in some hard to reach place that your head can't go. Like, you know, you stick the camera down in there and see what's in there, or underneath the car. There's so many ideas or uses that you could use this thing for. Like, yeah, if your mind is going into the direction of looking under people's dresses, that's not something I suggest you do with this. That's not a good idea. But there are many uses where you could like stick a little probe in an area that a camera wouldn't normally fit, right? I mean, you'd have to somehow make sure there's light in there. Like you could have to stick a light to this or have a light in that area, because this does not have a light attached to it. So anyway, this can record in 4K, believe it or not. 4K 30 or 1080 60p. It can also do 120 frames per second at 720p, or it can also do 240 frames per second, but only at 480p. Apparently this can also be used underwater. I've never tried it. I'm kind of scared too, but apparently this can be used underwater, and you can play it back on a smartphone if you download the app. So here I'm using the camera right now. It's really hard to tell which way is up on this thing. I can't tell, but this is what it looks like indoors. I'm gonna go outdoors in a minute. And the screen goes black after a minute, so I can't see what I'm doing right now. The screen goes black after like 20 seconds, so I gotta push a button. This is different lighting in here, so it takes a while. Oh, it adjusted. It adjusted. Whoa. Let's see this. Oh, that's pretty good.
What is that thing? What is it recording? What is it reading? My thoughts?
This is a test. Wow, it's totally dark here. So this is as dark as it gets. That went pretty good actually in the dark. Huh. So let's go outdoors. Okay, I'm outside. This is standard mode, 1920 by 1080 with image stabilization on. So I'm gonna run real quick. This is what it's like running. This is 4K 25p. I think I've got a European model here, 25p.
Even out here it looks dark. The sky looks dark. Looks like day for night.
It's like I can't tell. It's really hard to tell if I'm in the shot or not. The screen is kind of hard to see, but I'm just going to aim it at myself and hope for the best. So this is a 4K 25p. I'm going to switch over to 1080 50p. Okay, so this is 1920 by 1080 50p, which is not stabilized. If you do stabilization, you have to have it at 25p in Europe or 30p in here. So you can change the angle of view. This is wide, and this is standard, and this is wide angle of view. It's really easy to use. I mean, it's simple. It's really basic. Oh, backlight compensation is on. That's good. Still can't figure which way's up on this thing. Oh, there's a subject. Hello, test subject.
Marcus!
No.
An invasion of privacy.
I like to try out different new weird things. This is a weird thing. I got it on Amazon for $400 used, so I don't have the box for it. I think sticking this on your head and then having this on your arm is like the stupidest idea, but there's so many uses. I can just imagine all the things that this can be used for. It's got to have some really clever uses for people who do weird things. You know, this is not a normal camera. Anyway, so yeah, I have really no use for it, so I'm going to give it away, and that's it. So go to, what is it? marcuspicks.giveawayenter.com. There's 2 dots in there, marcuspicks.giveawayenter.com. I'll pick the winner next week. It's the Panasonic HX-A500. The sensor size isn't that big. It's a 1/2.3 inch, which is like a camcorder size sensor. Anyway, so that's my little thing for today. You never know what you're going to get on this channel. Anyway, so stay tuned till Saturday for regular programming. See you then. Bye. I can't tell which way is up on this thing.